Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to come and make a quick video. There's a fight coming up that I feel has gone a little bit under the radar in terms of promotion, but a really good fight on July 25th for the unified junior featherweight title between Stephen Fulton and Naoya Inoue. Now, Inoue is coming up a weight class from Bantam from 118 pounds. He's coming to fight Fulton at 122. And I just wanted to break that down a little bit. Very interesting. You have Fulton, who is essentially the consummate boxer, against Inoue, who a lot of people call the monster. And, Inoue can box, but a lot of great power he's shown throughout. I want to say he's moved up. I want to say this is maybe his third or fourth move up in weight. And has crazy power, great footwork, fast hands. For me, I think for Inoue, I think the key is pressure. I think he needs to pressure Fulton. He needs to get him against the ropes. And this kind of leads into my next point. He needs to punch in combination. Fulton is a very slick fighter, a very slick boxer. So Inoue just needs to use his footwork and his aggression just to continue to press the action forward. Hopefully get Fulton against the ropes where he can let his combinations go. And definitely target the body. I would definitely, if I'm Inoue and his team, I definitely want to have a game plan where I target Fulton's body, maybe try to limit his mobility. We'll see if Inoue's power transfers up this weight class. That to me is one of the more interesting questions because Inoue, he's not just a slugger. This dude can definitely box. Definitely has good technique, good fundamentals. Now for Fulton, I would say, one, do not fight small. Fulton is the bigger man. I think he might have about 1.5 to 2 inches in height on Inoue, and I think he has a couple of inches in reach as well. Do not fight small. Do not crouch down. Keep your stance up. Keep your posture tall. Use your height and use your size. This guy's the smaller man. Let him feel it. I would say use the jab to stay on the outside. I think if Fulton can keep the action on the outside, it definitely benefits him and his boxing style. He's a very sharp puncher. And believe it or not, even though he's the bigger man, I almost would say that he's the faster puncher as well. So him staying on the outside, I feel like would definitely give him an advantage against Inoue. I wouldn't be opposed to him fighting on the inside in spots, just really quick, and then get out of dodge, get out of that space before Inoue can really get his shots off. I would say the other key for me would be for Fulton to use his footwork to prevent Inoue's combinations. Again, anytime you have a guy who's very heavy-handed, usually it's because his feet are planted. You can't be a fighter who dances around and has power at the same time. You have to pick one because power comes from the feet. So if Fulton can keep Inoue moving and keep him from planting and letting those combinations off, definitely gives him an advantage. And also, I would say use feints to set up counters. The one thing about Inoue's game, I would say, I don't particularly like is that Inoue does not move his head. So if Fulton can use feints to get Inoue to draw his attacks in, and then let's say slip, Inoue's head will be there on the center line for Fulton to counter. If he wants to fake, slip a jab, counter with his jab, or feint, slip a jab, cross. There's a ton of things he can do, and I believe Inoue will definitely be there. He just doesn't have a lot of head movement. So overall, my prediction for this fight, I'm actually going to go with the underdog. I think Fulton can pull this fight out. I think his boxing ability, again, Inoue's got a lot of power. He has boxing ability as well, but he has a lot of power. But when you're fighting a master boxer, the question to me is always, especially moving up in weight, is always, can the little man, can his power translate to that higher weight class, number one? And then number two, can he actually land that power? Will Fulton allow him to land that power? Fulton, I love his footwork and his movement. He's very, his feet are very strong. And his ability to get in and out of range and stay on balance, to me, is key. And I just think Fulton will be able to do that over the course of 12 rounds. He has the gas tank, in my opinion. He's got the boxing pedigree. He doesn't have big power, but again, I always say this, power in combat sports, you don't need one punch knockout power. You only need enough. And if Fulton is very sharp, and if with that sharpness, his sharp counterpunching, if he can at least make Inoue feel him, I think that will be enough. That will be enough to prevent Inoue from just constantly pressuring him, and it'll give Fulton that time to work on the outside. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, as always, and looking forward to this fight. Again, this fight is on July 25th. It's in Japan, so I think the card is gonna start around 4:30 a.m. our time, something like that. I believe it's 4:30 a.m. our time. So if you can, check it out. I believe it's going to be on ESPN Plus. But definitely it's going to be a good fight. I think it's one of those sleepers, like I said, that hasn't really been promoted that well. But definitely a huge, huge fight. So, all right, guys, until next time, as always, enjoy the fights, and I will see you in the next video.